everybody, welcome back to Pope Francis's Garage. Why are there so many kids here? This is Beefy Pasta, and today we're going to read at least 5 Crappypastas. The first one's still on the Creepypasta wiki, and it's a pretty popular story. It's called Rap Rat, which I don't know if it's going to be good, I don't know if it's going to be bad. I'm just going to read it for entertainment, because I like to read stories that have not been deleted. The next one I'm going to read after this is definitely on the Creepypasta staff training wiki, otherwise known as the masterpiece that is Trollpasta. Alright, Rap Rat. The terror begins. Ever heard of Nightmare? Like a lot of other games in the 90s, it came out with a VHS which you timed with your play. The character in the video would give you instructions on what to do while you played the game in real time. Being a scaredy cat, I refused to play it when my mom bought it for us. My brother was disappointed about not being able to play Nightmare, but my mom had a solution. She brought out Rap Rat. I don't know about that. It was a cheap, dingy little thing catered to kids my age. Alright, on the wiki, there's this picture, and it's eerie. It's not, that thing does not look like it's meant for kids. It looks like something you'd see on South Park, if it was like it's like a South Park rat, exaggerated features, giant ears. You went around the board, collected cheese, and the first player to reach the end would win. It seemed simple enough, and since it reminded us of Mousetrap, which we didn't have, there were no objections. We popped the movie into the VHS and set up the board. The first part of the video was just a simple explanation of the rules, as well as the instructions on how the game worked. Then Rap Rat came on the TV. He was ... not what any of us had been expecting. My smaller brother, who was only 3 at the time, immediately left the room crying. That rat did not even resemble a rat. The ears were far too big. It had a mouth lined with 2 teeth, and the inside of the mouth looked almost swollen. The most striking part about the thing, though, was its eyes. They were large, glassy, and fish-like. I wouldn't call those fish-like, but they're more like a cartoon kind of, like, imagine like any South Park character, any character from that series, and if you see their eyes, they're just bland and simple. They're 2 little ovals, kind of like smushed together. That's what its eyes look like. I asked, then bothered, then begged my mom to turn it off. Rap Rat suddenly shouted loudly, screaming and wailing, saying, "Wait your turn," in a demonic, low-pitched voice. You have to describe stuff as demonic in your story, and that's just great. I already feel a Sonic.exe vibe, which that's not good. That was not at all like his normal obnoxious nasal voice. In the background, we could hear the narrator saying, "He's Rap Rat and he's the boss," over and over again in an overly serious tone. Over. The video was ... indescribable. Images crossed the screen in quick succession, overcut with Rap Rat's expressionless eyes. Yeah, at least you didn't describe that in agonizing detail. The images were some of the things I was afraid of at the time. The person looking over a balcony. A hornet slowly stinging someone's eye. I spoke too soon. An extreme close-up of a tarantula, a pit full of writhing cobras, and a bloodied syringe filled with green fluid. First of all, these are images, not videos, not like GIFs or anything. It's GIF, not GIF. Screw off, comment. Jesus. Sorry, I was about to yell. I was about to yell about how it's GIF instead of GIF, because I hate it when people say GIF. Okay. It took my mom 20 minutes to convince me that the video was gone, that I would never ever see it again. I had nightmares about I had nightmares all week about Rap Rat. That wasn't the last time I saw Rap Rat. While my girlfriend and I were preparing to move in together, I was cleaning out the closet of my room and found Rap Rat again, with the same VHS and the same board game inside. It was almost perfectly intact, save for a thick layer of cobwebs and dust bunnies on top of it. I don't like saying dust bunnies, but some people do say that, and it just irks me saying dust bunnies. That was strange. ... No space. Didn't my mother get rid of it? And what was the game doing in my room? I let out a bit of a gasp when I found it, and my girlfriend came into the room asking what was the matter. Breathing harshly, I said, Rap Rat. She laughed a bit, asking if it was a joke. I shook my head, explaining that it wasn't. She didn't believe me, ... Nobody did, ... And I decided that, I skipped a word. I decided that the only way to prove it to her was to show her the video. I borrowed my neighbor's UK VHS and played the video for her. However, the images had changed. I saw a clown, its nose bursting and spraying blood on the screen. Oh, we have Pennywise. I don't know what that was. Saw a woman alone in a dark room, and I saw a man being forced to pick up a white hot metal and hold it up in his outstretched hand, and turning his hand into a leathery mess. Are you sure he wasn't made out of like plastic or anything like that? Wax. The scratching I heard as a child continued. The scratching I heard as a child continued, picking up louder and louder. Alright, that's not right. You need to fix that. But then Rap Rat showed up and began twisting and convulsing, its arms thrusting this way and that. The costume wasn't a costume anymore, ... The felt was real fur. Okay, it's getting a little grammar-ish, a little in here. You know, actually, no, the material. Yeah, that's what it meant by felt. Its face wasn't plastic, but instead a bristle of thorns with teeth. Good God. The eyes turned inwards and suddenly popped out again, ... Rap Rat's huge fish eyes were inside out, staring right at me. I'm going back to Sonic.exe, everybody. Watching my every move, my every expression. It grinned widely and gestured at my girlfriend with a single outstretched inhuman hand. I could hear the faintest scratching at my front door. The TV went black and showed static. The scratching got louder, and it wasn't scratching anymore. But thumping, ... the thumping of tiny feet on wood. That's eerie. That's pretty creepy, actually. Just like you hear this lumping, like you don't know what it is, and it's like on wood. Like you don't know if it's like a child or a bug or not bug, whatever. Hold on. Where I skipped the freaking. Hold on. There we go. My girlfriend embraced me in fear, and my senses kicked in. Before anything could happen, I stopped the video, ejected it, and unplugged the VHS. That scratching stopped when I looked out of the living room window. Nothing was there. The police showed up soon after. I love saying police instead of police because I feel like a rapper when I do it, even though being a rapper is probably one of the worst careers I could ever have. The police showed up soon after, warning us that a neighbor had seen a figure outside the door and called in concern. It had big ears and fish eyes. No, it doesn't actually say that. My girlfriend and I simply couldn't explain what had happened, and had to tell the police officer that it was us. I was furious that a children's game was terrifying me. I went to pick up the tape, but have you ever heard of Baby Laugh a Lot? That's freaking scary as hell. Uh, I had to tell the police officer that it was us. I was furious that a children's game was terrifying me. I picked up the tape, but the VHS burned my hand. That's definitely haunted. I felt like I had touched a Bunsen burner on the highest setting. If you touched a Bunsen burner on the highest setting, your hand would be charred and like your fingers would be like falling off. There's a bit of an exaggeration there. We had to get the oven mitts from the kitchen in order to take it out, and even though it was scorching hot, I brought it outside, tossed it down on the sidewalk, and crushed it with my winter boots. If it was hot as a freaking Bunsen burner, it would burn through your boots. Or at least I think so. I don't know a lot about physics. I did not focus in that class a lot. And thank God I don't have it anymore. Physics was a nightmare for me. My girlfriend and I had nightmares every night. Physics class, am I right? We would both wake up in the middle of the night and describe eerily similar images that we saw in our sleep. Scratching would always be there at night. The lights were off, and the room was pitch black, Vin Diesel, save for the moonlight coming in through the window. Now, though, the scratching would happen every time I went near the front door, and every time we said Rap Rat's name. It sounded as if something very small was dragging something across the ground outside the door, ... pacing, ... waiting. I would simply wait with the covers pulled up to my neck until I succumbed to exhaustion. At this point, I was determined to sue the company for damages. Sue a freaking company for a haunted game. Yeah, you should have done that for good guys, Chucky. The first thing I did was call my mother and asked where she got Rap Rat. She had no idea. I found a merchant who sold virgins. I said virgins by accident. Merchants selling virgins. You know what? That isn't really far off to what a merchant is. A merchant who sold versions of Rap Rat, and I asked how I could get in touch with the company. He sent me this email. I don't know about this game, but I know it was created by the same person who created the Nightmare. The company is called A Couple of Cowboys. Try them. I did a bit more research and discovered the company became defunct in 1994. Only 2 years after the company created Rap Rat, I discovered why they did soon after, how Rap Rat came to be. In 1992, the year of the game's development, a couple of cowboys had commissioned a manufacturing company in Haiti to create the doll portrayed in the game. When I think Haiti, I immediately think that one. It's either like I think it's a Family Guy cutaway, and it's like Godzilla comes out of the water, and then it's like he was about to destroy the city, but he finds out it's Haiti, and he backs up into the water. He's like, oh God. It's really funny because it's kind of true, in the sense that the city's kind of it's kind of saying that Haiti's a bit of a shithole. Alright. The company who created the puppet ran a sweatshop. Oh, good God. Well, they forced women and children to produce the various components of the puppet doll, including the felt and plastic of the doll. One day, a young Haitian girl got her arm caught in the industrial sewing machine. The spring motor, unable to handle the weight on the machine, came loose and struck the child's neck, killing her instantly. A few days after the funeral, the mother of the child came to the factory, demanding to see the owner, who denied that he had anything to do with it. What a douche. Alright, I just made a new voiceover. The funny thing is, when I said the word douche, it was like the shape of a penis. So now I'm. Alright, alright, back to the story. A few days after the funeral, the mother of the child came to the factory demanding to see the owner, who denied he had anything to do with it. In a fit of rage, the mother said that the blood from the innocent would seep into every crevice of the doll, every component with which it was created, and all who touched it would die. Okay, I'm gonna buy a wrap from Amazon, and I'm gonna see if I die or not when I touch it. She claimed to have summoned a fear demon and screamed at the top of her lungs, "Apparat will curse you," in all caps. Apparat, that sounds like rap rat. Uh, the owner simply laughed and told his corporate bosses about Apparat. They spread the joke from person to person, spread the word, and the game was renamed Rap Rat, a loose anagram of Apparat. Each recitation, I don't know if I've ever said that word, I don't know what that is, of the name Apparat brought it with a greater and greater curse. Oh, good God, no. I think I screwed up. Only 2 years after Rap Rat was created, the company was shut down and the owners hired by Mattel. There were stories of workers begging or days off, skipping works for weeks and weeks, finding the puppet in strange places. Sooner and sooner there were stories of suicides, grim, violent suicides in which the workers would stab their hands and burn themselves to death, writing "I am fear" in the nearest surface in blood. Oh my God, it's getting a little cliched right here, but nobody knows where the Rap Rat doll went after the original creators disappeared. Some say that the last things the victims saw before going insane were the large, sunken fish-like eyes. Okay, I googled fish eyes earlier, and fish eyes are nothing like South Park eyes, alright? Jeez. I'm getting a little annoyed with that term. I used it before in one of my stories, but not as much as this author used in this story. Words of warning: never, ever, in all caps, say Apparat out loud. No. Sorry, buddy. Saying a demon's name out loud is an invitation to them, a calling. If you have already done this, it cannot be undone. I fucked up. 2. Do not try to speak or contact Apparat. I was about to ask Apparat for forgiveness, but I guess that's not happening either. Number 3. Avoid being awake by 3:30 a.m. and 4 a.m. when Apparat is most likely trying to scare you. Oh, he spooks you. You spook Ruski. You must rush the stupid building. I love making communism jokes. It's like my favorite topic when it comes to jokes. They're so like it's funny. I don't know. I'm dumb. I'm stupid. The audio. The VHS is back. This isn't funny. I thought I'd stopped on it, smashing it to Kingdom Come. But it's back. I found it in my sock drawer yesterday. This time I was ready. A whole bunch of people have been contacting me trying to get the tape or some sort of video from the board game. My answer to you is that it's just too dangerous. If I did that, it could very well drive you insane. Don't be cocky. Scare you to death. The video in the game and the Rap Rat itself have some sort of strange power. A Rap Rat follows me everywhere I go. I see little shadows in the corner and hear sounds coming down the hallway when I'm the only one home. If Rap Rat is there, it will let you know, but it will never let you see it. ... No space until it's too late, of course. A lot of when he spooks you. They spoke in Soviet Union. Little Soviet Russia, rat scares you. And a lot of people have been watching the normal video from the normal board game. That's the thing. ... No space. Rat should be normal. It will trick you into thinking it's just a puppet and it's stalk you day and night. The end. Okay. It was better than I thought it would be. It had a little bit of a cliche in the middle part, but and like the silly imagery of a rap, but besides that, it was pretty creepy. It's like the mother had a lot of character in that short little section of the story. Described a lot about her. She was definitely grief stricken, and she is probably a pretty religious woman. And that described the owner somewhat. He's a douchebag. And if you know about douchebags like Jake Paul, oh god, I don't want to say his name again on this channel. I might gain subs. Oh no! Alright, I'm gonna run out of gameplay. I don't know if I can read all these stories. This one's on the Trollpasta wiki. It's called Mario, capital M, lowercase a, capital R, capital I, lowercase o. There's a file. Bad Creepypasta Mario. There's no image. There's no image. I'm gonna browse. I'm just gonna download a dumb picture of Mario. Dude, that is a picture. Funny Mario. Oh, there shows that YouTube video. Oh, Jesus, I found the perfect image. So if you see a image on that article in Creepypasta, then you'll know it's me who did this. Yeah, it has my name in it, so oh. Alright. I think I did it. I think I did it. I don't know. I'm gonna do it. I just Mario. I gotta see if it worked. It did not work. That's did that for nothing. Alright, Mario. I was asked to clean out my father's house after he passed away. He was a huge gaming nerd, much like everyone else. He even camped out after the release of the NES when he was about my age, 19. JC Hyena age. He had them all. Oh, good God. Atari 2600, Atari Flashback, Magnavox Odyssey, 2000, 5000, NES, SNES, N64, and you see, it's called a GameCube. Jesus Christ. Wii, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, DS, DS Lite, DSi. Who has a freaking DSi anymore? 3DS, Xbox 360, Xbox. Oh. PlayStation 1, 2, 3, PSP, and a PS Vita. He might even have no Wii U. Yo, Yo, console peasant. If he was alive long enough for the release. And I was in my father's house alone, cleaning out the basement. I grabbed one of the last cardboard boxes down there, and I noticed how light it was, wondering what it was so light. I peeked inside to find one old NES game cartridge, short range. It did not have a game label on it. It only had Mario, crudely written by my father with a permanent marker. Mario is coming after me from Kyle. I can't stop. I can't stop making references. I became curious why this was the game itself a box. Was the label torn off? Ah, screw it! I was skipping freaking paragraphs. It was Super Mario Bros. Well, the game is old, blah, blah, blah. Just a little, maybe it's just a little glitchy. Things seemed a little bit off. The game had no startup screen. I don't know if this is important, but screw it! Skipping a bunch of paragraphs. As I expected, the game was rather glitchy. Sometimes, while grabbing the flower, it would make Mario small, and stars only worked 75% of the time. As well, Toad never said the message he had for you at the end of every castle. You know, thank you, Mario, but the princess is another castle. He would never say anything, ... That was until the World 7 castles. The World 7's castle. Only one step closer to becoming one of us. What is this, Nazi propaganda? The message made me chuckle a little. I assumed my father had hacked the game for laughs. Ha ha, funny! And that was why it was so glitchy before. Things got ... weird after that. In level 8-1, the sky was a dark red and the music was a little slower than usual. The whole level was just another about 5 minutes of walking, no enemies or obstacles just around. Hell, if I was walking for 5 minutes in that goddamn game, I'd quit and play Left 4 Dead. Reaching the end of the level. I want to stop reading this crap. It's freaking boring already. I'm halfway through, surprisingly. Reaching the end of the level, I grabbed the flag. The ending fanfare, more like fanfic, did not play. And the fireworks sounded more like gunshots than 8-blade explosions. Turns out Mario was living in Detroit. Okay, that was strange, I thought to myself. Why was the point in that? Oh well, on to the next. What? I'm freaking mad. I had to record another voiceover for like half the frickin' story and I almost got it done. Oh, Jesus. You know what? Read it yourself. Where was I? There's level 8. Yeah, there are like 10 paragraphs I read. Jesus Christ. You know what? I'm skipping on to the Bowser part because it really is not important towards the plot. It takes up half the damn story. It's not important whatsoever until you reach the Bowser part. Finally, I came to the end of the level, and there he stood at Bowser. If you want to read every single moment, if you want to read the whole story, it really is not worth it. But if you really want to do it, either read it yourself or go on freaking Crappypasta's channel, because he has that video. He has Mario on his channel. There he stood, Bowser. Bowser, har har har! His eyes were missing and his belly appeared fleshless. I prepared to fight him, but he quickly grabbed Mario. Hyper-realistic 8-bit blood. He quickly grabbed Mario. He began to laugh evilly. Misspelled evilly. Realistically. Sounds that cannot be made on an 8-bit console. How many times has this freaking cliche been used? It's not scary. It's dumb. It all started with freaking Ben drowned. It started with Ben Drowned. Ben Drowned was a good story. And then Sonic.exe freaking came along and ruined everything. Why did you do this to us, JC? It became clear to me this was not a hack. Bowser bit Mario's head off. Mario's body shivered and struggled as Bowser dragged him behind the battle scene. Even though he was dead, you know where Princess Peach is supposed to be. I was expecting to see just Princess Peach. Oh, who am I kidding? I was not expecting anything to save me from this nightmare. I saw Toad, Luigi, and Peach. However, both Luigi and Peach had toad heads on their bodies instead of their own. Bowser grabbed the toad's head and stuck it on Mario. He placed him next to the others. Bowser then proceeded to rip his own head off and began to pull out his intestines. Text appeared, press B for a hard request, and even you will become one of us. Is it like? I was about to say something really bad. I am not going to hail Hitler. I threw my controller at the screen so hard that the screen actually broke. Oh no, Brave quit. I ejected the cartridge and threw it at the wall. It fell into pieces, and I noticed that there was a note inside. I picked it up and read it. Dear son, you're next. Dad. Dear son, eat a dick. Dad. You're next. Simple. That's a simple freaking note. Alright, thank God I'm almost done with this mess. And I'm almost done with the gameplay footage. So the next 3-4 stories are going to be like super short. I've heard of this one called The Slender Man. And it's literally just like, oh, sex offender man. It's super scary. I'm going to read that one next. That's the third story. I threw both the game and the letter in the fire. It started my fireplace. Blah blah blah. I fell asleep. Yada 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 yada. Never played Super Mario Bros. Again. The other morning I woke up to see Mario carved on my arm. That's the most sucky tattoo you could ever come up with. So take my minds, all these things, I began looking into other NES games. On top of the stack was Super Mario Bros. 2. However, the label was different. It spelled Super Mario Bros. 2. The picture of Mario delightfully carrying the turnip was instead a picture of Mario with an angry toad head, carrying Birdo's decapitated head instead of a turnip. Toad heads are not scary. Mushrooms are not freaking scary. You cannot make Mario scary. It pisses me off because this is an obvious cliffhanger for a sequel because I'm almost done with the story. After that, I just decided never to play any Mario game ever again. Whatever was on this game could only be worse. Thank you for reading. I wanted somebody to know about this before something happened to me. Written by Supreme Kai 4. Check out the sequel, Mario 2. That's the furthest thing from my mind. So yeah, next story. Okay, I just looked up Supreme Kai 4 in Google, and they made a blog on the Creepypasta wiki called "Please Stop the Cliches." And he complains about cliches. He, she, I don't know. Yeah, this is the person who freaking made Mario. A freaking Mario sequel. Jesus Christ. You can't make... You shouldn't... He says that... Creepypasta critic bullcrap. He says that... He's not going to review creepypastas that are super long. No End House is on there. No End House is one of my favorite creepypastas. You could screw off right then and there. This guy was born on February 29th. I am an undiscovered gender. Is my birthday funny? You know, I should stop freaking stalking this user. Next story is called The Slender Man. This has gotta be the scariest story on the freaking wiki. The sexual phenomenon is so scary. He's gonna get me! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, one, exclamation, exclamation, 111, exclamation, 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 exclamation. And I posted a comment. There's so many categories. There's categories. Scary! So scary! I'm scared! What the fuck is this shit? What the fuck is this shit? So scary! You will be scared with this creepypasta. Best creepypasta. Worst creepypasta. Such good, very nice. Slenderman. Slenderman is real. Slenderman will get you. Slenderman got me. .exe, .avi, .mp3, .mp4. Slenderman. Proof that Slenderman exists. Slenderman. Splenderman. Splenderman. Slenderman, 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 ma'am, Slenderman, Slenderymoon. I'm going to add one more category. Sony movies are shit. It's because the Slender Man movie was horrible. I put a category, Sony movies are shit. And I put a comment down saying, yes, this is the best pasta on the wiki. I barely have enough time left. I'm gonna read 2 more short stories and that's it. So, yeah, they aren't gonna be as short as The Sex Offender Man. You know what? I'm gonna write a story called The Sex Offender Man. And it's gonna be the best thing ever. So yeah, I'm gonna do that like today, tomorrow. I don't know. I'm gonna read some stories right now. Alright, I only have enough time for one more story. So this is Bea the Killer. Oh, good God. Everyone knows the popular show Fish Hooks. No, I don't. Is it that almost naked animals ripoff? With the freaking fish? And it's like, it has the same freaking art style as Almost Naked Animals. Oh, good God. Well, I met the creator, Noah Z. Jones. Oh, no, you didn't. He planned a new episode, but it was to be a much more gruesome episode. So much for the concept. I found out Jones had a lost episode of Fish Hooks. It was in January the 20th of 2012 that I found it. Do you pay attention at school? Do you know what grammar is? I was looking at some files to test the episodes for any accidents, errors, or mess-ups. Well, I was a Nickelodeon intern. I found a video called Bea the Killer. I put the file on the DVD and took it home with me. I watched it as the file was loading. Once the file loaded, it opened with a regular intro. However, first of all, when you write however, you should make it a new sentence. So, put a period in after intro. Yeah. I'm lost. Alright, I'm just gonna read. However, when the Fish Hooks logo popped up, it stayed there for 10 seconds. The episode began with Bea on a bench. She was waiting for Milo and Oscar to come over to her house. Alright, this story is not what I expected. I thought it would be some sort of Jeff the Killer ripoff, but it turns out it's a lost episode pasta. She put some food into a bag. At least it isn't a baggie. and then went home like she did in that episode with the werewolf. What the hell you're talking about? She begins to feel something weird in her pockets. It's not hard to be in the same tense. It's not hard, alright? Alright. This is weird because she doesn't wear pants. Yeah, she's a fish. What do you expect? You think fish wear pants? Jesus Christ. She said, "Hey, Oscar," like she does in any other episode. This time, however, it was several octaves higher than normal. "Hey, Oscar!" She then took a pill before saying, "I'm so excited, Oscar." Oh, I think I know where this is going. She's gonna be like a drug addict. I did not know what she meant by that when she said it. Commas, where are they? I decided not to worry about it, so I kept watching. As I watched, it started getting weirder. She said, "I am back," but she meant she was back, as in she came home from the store. What? I never watched the show ever, so I'm very, very lost. I felt weird for some reason, but I kept watching. Jones sent me a letter that read, "Dear local resident, you are invited to a fish hooks party on Saturday." Oh, Jesus, that must be the lamest party ever. It was just like, oh, here are the main stars, and it's just these fish with freaking microphones hanging over the fish tanks. They played as the fish. They voiced the fish. I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it. All right. Hell, I'm just I'm skipping a paragraph. I don't care if it's important. Look, it works. I went back to the scene where it stopped. Bay pulls out a knife and walks up behind Clemantha. I'm just gonna call it Samantha from now on. This part of the show was messed up, so you couldn't really tell what was happening. Clemantha said, "Get off, Bay." And I said, "What is this?" "It's rape! Blatant rape!" Oscar is in the scene as well. Oscar asked, "What is going on?" It then cut to Albert under a TV. He begins to cry for help. The teacher begins trying to help him. I guess we're staying in present tense for a while. Albert begins to scream even louder. It was like watching an actual kid hiding and screaming in fear. He screamed so loud, it was heartbreaking, blah blah blah. They was letting go of the knife. I said to Albert, "Don't worry, teacher, he will be fine." She then took him away, leaving Albert's class to get crushed. It was so heartbreaking, yada 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 yada. They're putting all the detail in the freaking episode, nothing else. I opened with an extra file, but I didn't care. WB. Was that my friend Will Baring? Who the hell's Will Baring? He was a producer of Fish Hooks until this April. Oh. Is that show still on? Is Fish Hooks still popular? Last time I remember ever popping up was like 2009. I don't even know. I don't even know if it was around back then. I knew it was like a Disney Channel cartoon or something. Maybe Boomerang. I don't know. But it was obscure and it was stupid. And I think it had a laugh track, which made it worse. Yeah. And someone was hiding in the bushes, even though it's a freaking underwater. Will Baring. There was an episode of a rejected Pokemon character. "Hello, Will, is this you?" I asked. He turned to me and said, "I remember you. You were capital. My friend from capital or high school should be capitalized, but my friend shouldn't be capitalized. I'm wasting freaking gameplay. This video is gonna be like an hour long, like all my other videos. Pokemon carrot. Finally, the last paragraph. I always wondered when he would let me, capital, do anything in fish hooks. In your dreams, bitch. It was a good plan to find out any clues by the time Bay became an adult fish was aired instead. In the episode that I, lowercase, talked about of her with a knife and the other stuff, the episode was called Bay the Killer. And after that episode, Bay wasn't even a cartoon anymore. She turned into a CG-ish monster. The end. Oh, Jesus. And there's like a bunch of chapters. There's so many. Oh no. Oh no, this is a wall of text. I wasn't done. Screw it. I am not reading the rest of that. I'm going to run out of gameplay. And I can't make a video over an hour. It's going to take like frickin' forever to upload. You know what? I'm not reading that. Read it yourself. I'm not good. All these entries is like freaking pen pal on steroids. It's horrible. There's 28 of them. Yeah, no. I'm not reading that. And they have like horrible grammatical errors. Every single word's capitalized. And it hurts my eyes. I already found a spelling error. Her right eye was black with a red pupil. Crying blood. Crying blood isn't capitalized for some reason. Oh, that's horrible. Okay. I don't even care anymore. I'm leaving.